All right, enough of Real Madrid. How about some quick hits instead?
Let's go, Gab.
It's all about the strikers for Liverpool at home to Southampton in the ever so exciting and important League Cup. And your boy, Will Still.
Yes.
Good to see him in his red hair.
Yes.
And he did okay.
Yes.
Alexander Isak gets his first goal since his big money move. But then Hugo Ekitike does something incredibly stupid. Those are Arne Slot's words, not mine. And after bagging the winner.
Yeah, he comes on at halftime or just after halftime, I think, for Isak. Then gets a yellow card for kicking the ball away first.
He's tossing it up in the air like a child.
Yeah, then scores the winner. It's a tap-in. Chiesa does all the work.
Thank you, Federico Chiesa.
Very good
Ti vedo, Chiesa.
Very good performance, by the way, from Chiesa. And then after scoring this tap-in that you and me, even producer Sam, would have scored.
Thank you.
He takes the shirt off a la Messi to show his number in a League Cup game. I don't even know what round this is, like last 16 round or whatever. To the fans, pointing at his name and his number. Like, okay, being on a yellow, obviously everybody knows this is a second yellow. Frimpong comes to him and says, like, what are you doing? Put that shirt back on. He gets sent off. Slot doesn't even look at him when he comes off the pitch, and rightly so. Slot is really angry, saying after the game, like, if you score Champions League, you go in the Champions League final, like the 87th minute, top corner, great.
And you haven't been booked.
And you're not on a yellow. Messi did it in a Clasico, a 5-0 win, not on a yellow. Fekir did it in the derby, not on a yellow after a great goal. Ekitike, don't do it like this. Now he's sent off and suspended for the game against Crystal Palace on the weekend. Well, he would have started, by the way.
Would you? And Palace, of course, as we saw, capable of creating major problems for Liverpool. Also, shout out to Wataru Endo. That was one of the most uncoordinated, weirdo headers.
The header for the goal.
I don't think he's ever going to do it again.
Yeah, definitely not. And Gab, in that game, Giovanni Leoni made his first start for Liverpool, but came off injured with an ACL injury, unfortunately for him. It's a long time on the sidelines. And also, you were concerned before about the depth of squad defensively for Liverpool. That is making it worse.
Yeah, look, I feel really bad whenever, anybody getting injured is horrible, but also on your first start.
Yeah.
And like I said this before, if they couldn't get Gay, they should have had an alternate plan. And I still think there's more mysteries to come about that one. They are definitely short-handed. Joe Gomez, it's Joe Gomez and Endo.
Gravenberch,
or if you want to move Gravenberch. But then Gravenberch, the problem with Gravenberch is if he plays at the back, he can't play midfield at the same time. He's good, but he's not that good.
Yeah.
So this is something that can really hurt you. It can hurt you in the Champions League. It can hurt you in the league. You have to pray that, Van Dijk and Konate. Van Dijk is older. Virgil, years past for him too. It's a big ask of him and his body. You wonder how he's going to be later in the season if he has to play every minute now. So, yeah, I think they just made a bad situation even worse. Jules, we're not done. We have more quick hits. Mikel Arteta got a ton of stick for his supposedly overly cautious approach against Manchester City. How did he look against Port Vale in the League Cup? Or should we just scrap talking about the League Cup and talk about William Saliba and the new contract, which according to Fabrizio Romano, who credited David Ornstein for originally reporting this, he has signed or is about to sign or has agreed?
Yeah, I knew it'd been agreed.
4 years, we think?
Yes, an extra 4 years, I think. With just, Saliba, I think, wanted to commit his future to the club. There was never in his mind an idea of leaving, going to Real Madrid with a year left on his contract next year, or things like that, or forcing a move out. He's very happy in London. He's very happy at Arsenal with Mikel Arteta, who started him against Port Vale with a very strong Arsenal team, to be fair, who played 50% of their ability to...
He made him earn his new deal.
Yeah, to win.
Like Christian Norgard's playing. It's like, look, Zubi, you get the day off. No, William, you're out there.
To be fair, William had come back, could do with a little bit of a run out. So it was good. And I don't really understand the stick for Arteta. Yes, he chose control first before anything else, but he was still Manchester City. He was still Pep Guardiola. And in the end, nobody knows if he had gone with Eze from the start and Saka, if Arsenal would have won or not. Right. He would have maybe been more open. And that's not what he wanted. So I can completely understand his point of view.
I don't think it's as simple as saying, Eze should have started, Saka should have started. I think that's really puerile. I think he got slightly outfoxed, perhaps, because obviously City took the lead, played on the counter.
Yeah,
he did not expect City to be so defensive.
That's very true.
And he didn't adjust his game plan with the players he had out there to go and create more chances.
Yeah. That's true.
What I didn't like personally was him saying, "Oh no, we dominated them." Domination means you're creating chance after chance, right? It doesn't mean that you're just passing. You just have a lot of possession.
Yeah.
So
Chelsea stink it up. Sorry, away to third flight Lincoln City in the League Cup and go goal down at half-time before Tariq George and Facundo Buonanotte turn it around. But Enzo Maresca was still not happy.
No, he's. I hope he was
half.
furious. It made him lose all his hair.
Yeah.
It was a horrendous first half. I don't think it was much better in the second. Tariq George scored an absolute worldie.
Yeah.
I want this guy to get more respect because
the one they tried to sell in the summer.
Yeah.
Hardly. Yeah.
But
sorry,
honestly, I look at that and I know that they're making transfer moves they've financialized all their players. They're simply assets that they go and they move around so they can reach PSR. But I look at this, and Gittins, and Facundo Buonanotte, and Garnacho. There's no rhyme or reason to any of this, right? And here's Tariq George, and he can do a job for you at center forward. It's not his natural position, maybe, but guess what? Like, you can adjust. You can do it. Enzo Fernandez, he's got a major problem. I think a lot of people are turning on him. That pass across the back four, which is like the first thing you're taught not to do. And the less said about Philip Jorgensen.
I mean, that was his chance, really.
Oh my goodness.
But,
more than once.
Yeah.
Monchi is out. OUT out at Aston Villa. Not that long ago, he was considered a transfer genius who could do no wrong.
Yeah, after 2 years at the club, Gabi, let's see what happens. Is it the beginning of the end, really, for this kind of Unai Emery, Monchi's project? I don't know, but if you look at the players that Monchi signed, Onana, not good, certainly not a success.
I think Onana's really good.
But he hasn't been that good for Aston Villa.
Hasn't. But I blame Emery for that.
At £60 million, or 60 million euros, sorry. Moussa Diaby, not good. Ian Madsen, not a starter. Pau Torres, okay. Evan Gerson has just arrived. Daniel Malen on the bench. Samuel Ealing Jr., let's not go there. Lewis Dobbin, let's not go there. And then Morgan Rogers, okay. That is the one signing.
He did all right with John Duran too, but yes, I take your point.
Yeah, but John Duras was not signed by Monchi though. So
right.
yeah. So and neither was Dibu Martinez either. So I'm just like, okay. And I don't know why he leaves now. Is it because of the start of the season has been so bad?
They've been so careful to kind of backpedal on it, saying, well, no, he's still going to remain as an advisor to the group, meaning an advisor to Nassef Sawiris. Look, the way I see it, this is normally something that you do when you don't want to pay out the rest of the contract.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay as an advisor. We'll pay you your salary over time.
Yes.
I think the relationship between him and Unai Emery soured. And I think Unai Emery dumped a lot of responsibility on him.
Yeah,
because
probably.
Unai Emery can be sneaky that way.
Yeah,
sometimes.
but then Unai Emery also knows how things are working for Villa and the financial issues that they are under.
Right? Does he?
Well,
I wonder. He should. He should.
Yeah.
So dumping all of this on Monchi, I don't know.
No.
Also, they're going with Monchi's mate,
yeah,
Roberto Labe, which also seems kind of like...
Who was our Real Sociedad, yeah. Who's
I know.
Basque, yeah.
Exactly. And Olabe's had some ups and downs, some questions, Independiente del Valle, remember that?
Yeah.
João Paulinho plays center back and scores with an overhead kick. Jules, it's stuff you don't expect to see in Spurs' 3-0 home win over Doncaster.
Exactly. You don't. And it was good because Thomas Frank changed the teams. The players who don't play much or play in different positions to play. It was good. Doncaster were never going to threaten Spurs in their own stadium anyway. We even got to see one of the brightest talent in the Spurs Academy and for England too, because he plays for England under 16, called Luca Williams-Barnett, who's 16, made his debut for the first team. He's a number 10 that has a great future ahead of him. So it was one of those nights where it was good all around for Tottenham.
And we got to see my boy Wilson Odobert, who... I don't understand why he doesn't get into the team all the time with Vic, because he's really, really good.
Yeah, very good. Phil Foden and Savinho are on the mark as Manchester City beat Huddersfield away 2-0 in the League Cup still. Gab, are you sensing a Foden turnaround? 3 goals in 3 games, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, the first one 2 games ago, he didn't do very much other than that.
Or 3 and 4, yeah.
It's a long, I think it's a long road back because people remember just how dominant he was in the year when he was Player of the Year 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But he definitely has a role to play on this team. I could imagine him as Bernardo Silva gracefully ages, he could maybe become the Silva type in that midfield. I still want to see the wingers. I want to see the fast guys. Give me Jeremy Doku, right? Give me Jeremy Doku. Give me Holland. On the other wing, I don't care. Oscar, Bob, Savinho, whatever. Maybe Foden in some situations. But I think the future going forward is if you have Reinders and then you find space for him. I mean, Cherky can be on the other, whatever. You could find a solution, but he can be really central to the plan because he can bring so much. He just has to, hopefully he stays fit. Hopefully stuff in his private life is okay. He can focus on the football, make a difference. But he is such a talent.
Yeah.
Jules, you were an early member of the Diego Gomez fan club, as I recall. You got all excited when he signed for Brighton.
Yes.
Did almost nothing for Brighton since then.
Oh,
but
that's me.
he started 4 games last season.
I know, but he's trying to find his place. He only arrived in January.
I think he has 5 league starts in total for Brighton. But you must be delighted with his 4 goals for Brighton.
Well, yeah, some quality as well. I think he's a great player. Just finding, his feet in English football for Brighton, where there's also a lot of competition, a lot of talent. But I love him, and he's going to go to the World Cup as well this summer. So this is really, really good.
I mean, yeah, you don't expect 4 goals. And I think it's as many goals you'd scored in the previous 18 months.
Karl-Heinz Rummenigge channels his inner Uli Hoeneß and says that he feels sorry for Florian Wirtz for joining Liverpool, believing he would have been much better at Bayern, obviously, and he says that the price from Stuttgart for Nick Woltemade was madness. Gab, can you see where he's coming from?
Yeah, like I said, he's coming from Uli Hoeneß's house.
They talk so much, those two, man.
I get it. You thought you weren't willing to go beyond a certain point for Voldemort. Newcastle were. If Newcastle were wrong about it, they'll look stupid.
Yeah.
If they were right about it, then you look dumb.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You don't need to keep justifying this Voldemort stuff. As for Florian Wirtz, I get where you're coming from in one way. Keep the talents at home in Germany, and you had a nice plan, and Wirtz and Musiala with Kane, and and then we dominate everything. While there are reasons, I think, to wonder about how long it's going to take him to find his position on the pitch at Liverpool. You know my thoughts on that. We don't need to go through that again. But that said, again, I like the fact that they talk and that they're open, and that's how they feel about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I have to agree with what they say.
No,
but
definitely.
yeah, I wish executives in this country would talk too.
Yeah.
But they don't.
I agree.
Anthony ruins the day for Mr. Marinakis and Ange Postecoglou with a late equalizer as Betis and Nottingham Forest draw 2-2. Jules, I thought Forest looked pretty good.
In the first half, yeah. Then they stopped playing. I don't know why they stopped playing. They went from the first half with more possession, an XG of 2 point something, chances created, shots on target, everything, to a second half when they had nothing. I think they had 2 shots, 30% of the ball, just invited the pressure, and inevitably, because Betis are a good, decent team, especially at home, Anthony with a lovely goal on his right foot too, by the way. So strange how from one half to another where it's just 2 complete different approaches and teams, and that's 4 games for Ange, still no wins in all competitions. I don't know, I was very amazed and surprised by that second half, how poor they were.
I think Mr. Marinakis needs to spend more time in the dressing room, maybe without expectorating and spitting on the floor, but just motivating, helping Ange to motivate the players and providing his valuable input.